Hi everybody, it's Salem Dory here. I know that I haven't come on in a while to make a video, but I've had a lot of family stuff going on, and as you guys know, with my disability, it's hard for me to make videos every day, but I will try to make them as often as I can. So, um, I know this channel is basically about my disability and the stuff that I go through, but I feel like it's also about my personal journey and the things that make me who I am. So today I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk to you guys about my miscarried twin. If you guys didn't know, I'm a twin. My mother had a miscarriage before we were born, and unfortunately, my twin passed away. Um, I don't really like to open up about it to a lot of people because it bothers me about about what happened, and thinking about that really makes me upset. But because this is my channel and my personal journey, and it's about the stuff that I go through, I wanted to really talk to you guys about what it was like to lose a sibling and what that does to you, because maybe you guys are going through the same thing, or maybe there are some of you out there that have a miscarried sibling, or you lost children through miscarriage, and you understand what I'm talking about. So, from what my mom has told me, excuse the bird over here, this is my bird Piper, not to get off topic. But from what my mom has told me, she basically said that she was having spotting or bleeding or cramps. And she said she went to the hospital to find out what was wrong. And then they said that, oh, you were pregnant with twins, but unfortunately, you lost one of the babies. That was why she had the bleeding and the spotting and, everything like that. So, that's why I felt like it was important to bring it up, because even though my sibling isn't with me in the physical sense, they're very much a part of my life, and they're the reason they're part of the reason anyway, I do what I do. And I was a little apprehensive to come on here and tell my story with you guys, because some things, like I said, are better off private. But then the more I thought about it, I thought, you know what, well, it's my channel, it's about my journey, and my sibling is very much a part of my journey. So I felt like it was important to talk about. And to those of you out there who have lost siblings, I want to tell you that I know it's hard. It's very painful. I think about my twin every day. But you have to know that there's a reason that things happen the way they do, and that's what I try to believe. I try to focus on, there must have been a reason my sibling passed away. Like maybe they would have come out stillborn, or maybe they would have gotten sick, or and that's very hard for me to face. So in a way, it could have been a blessing. I don't mean to say this in a rude or offensive way, but if my sibling is gonna be born and have to fight like hell to be here, then what is the whole point? You know, I it's a very touchy subject for me to open up about because I don't want to offend anybody or I don't want to make anybody feel bad. But like I said before, if my sibling was gonna come out as a woman, have problems, or like there was gonna be complications, I wouldn't want anybody to suffer like that. I like there like there was a lot of stuff that I went through on my journey, so I know what it's like to have issues or complications, and I wouldn't want anybody else to go through that. Least of all my own sibling, you know. But I also feel very angry and upset about it because I feel like there's this void in my heart that nobody else could fill. You can't really change what happened, but that's my sibling. That's my twin. We were in the womb together. We were going to be born, and I had so many plans and dreams, and it's not what I wanted to happen, but it is what it is, I guess. And like I said, I know there's some of you out there that have gone through miscarriages or lost siblings, and you know what I go through. So if you want to talk about it in the comments, you're more than welcome. I want you guys to share your stories because I'm here on this channel sharing my journey and the stuff that I go through. But I feel like it's important for us, especially in the YouTube community. Like we're a community of video sharers, and we reach out to people, but we don't really see the person behind the camera, the struggles that they go through, and that's the whole point of this channel. This is about my personal journey, my personal ways of doing things. And you know what? You may not agree with some of the things I do or some of the things I post, but to all the haters out there, if you don't like what I post, please don't watch my channel. Um, I'm trying to lift people up. I'm trying to stay positive. And I know talking about a miscarried sibling isn't really the most positive thing to talk about, but it's my journey. So if I feel the need to talk about something or address something, I want you guys to know I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just trying to tell you the things that I go through because maybe it could help another person. Because not a lot of people, talk about a miscarriage and what that means or like um, how the other person should handle it. Because when I was little, people would ask me, like, are you an only child? And I would say, yes. Because, of course, I didn't really understand. I mean, my mom told me about it, like, when I was little, but how much could a little kid, like a 5 or a 6-year-old, really understand about the whole situation? I mean, when she first told me about it, I was basically like, okay. Then I just kept playing with my toys. Because, as a kid, you don't really understand that, a baby dies in a mommy's tummy. And, you don't really comprehend that. But as I've gotten older, it's really started to hit me like, okay, this was a real thing. It was a real child. That was my brother or my sister. Because, my mom miscarried very early in the pregnancy, so we didn't know what the baby's sex was. So that's very hard. Um, because I don't even really know if I have a brother or a sister because we don't know what the baby was. However, I did go to a medium, like a spiritual medium, and I don't know if you guys believe in this, and I'm not trying to bring up religion or whatever, but like you said, like I said in a previous video, my religion is very important to me, so it will be brought up here. But if you don't support the things I believe in, you don't have to watch my channel. I'm not forcing anybody to like convert or anything, but I'm just telling you my story. So anyway, we were at this medium, and all of a sudden she looked at me and she goes, "Your brother wants to step forward," and I don't know how she worded it because it was like I think like a year ago. But she goes, "Your brother wants to step forward and acknowledge you," or whatever she said. So I was like, "Oh, okay." And lo and behold, I didn't know that it was a boy. Because that's what I told her. I said, "Are you sure I have a brother?" Because we didn't know what the sex was. And she said, "Yes, your brother wants to step forward and thank you for thinking about him." And you would not believe the stuff that this lady brought up. For those of you who don't believe, I'm not forcing you, like I said. But, like, if you haven't, until you've been to a medium and you know what they're about, you will not believe the stuff that they bring up. Because I told my mom, I said, I didn't know. She didn't know that I lost a sibling. She didn't know that I had a twin. But she brought it up. She brought it up, and she said, "Your brother wants to thank you for thinking about him and acknowledging him." And I tell you, when I heard those words, I was like, "Oh my God, this stuff is real." Because it's like, how could somebody know that? Yeah, I know. How could somebody know that? Which is the whole thing. I never told anybody about my sibling, or like the whole story about it. So I was like, how could somebody know that? How could a person know that my mother lost a baby and I lost a sibling? Because we literally, it was hard for my mom and I to talk about. So we just, I brought it up every once in a while, but I'm not going to bring it up every time because it's very hard for my mother to have to hear that, because not only did I lose a sibling, but my mother also lost a child. So it was hard. And when she brought that up, I literally started bawling because, my sibling, the whole situation about my sibling, what happened, and, it gets me emotional. That's my family. That's my blood. We shared the same womb. We were in the womb together. And then to have them not survive, and, it breaks my heart. But I wanted to come on here and tell you guys my story because I know that there's people who have gone through similar situations to me, and we just gotta keep moving forward. And the thing that I try to think about, rather, is I try to think about, they're not with you in the physical sense, but they're still with you, and my sibling is still very much a part of my life. I talk to them all the time, and I know that they hear me. Well, I just wanted to make this video today because I know that there's people out there who have gone through similar situations, and maybe this would give you a little more insight about what it was like to lose a sibling, and miscarriage itself, and how it affects other people, and maybe this could help somebody. Or like, if you want to reach out to me and tell me your story, I'm more than willing to listen. I'm more than happy to, lend an ear or a helping hand. So I want to thank you guys for your time. Again, I will not post videos every day because it's too hard with my disability and everything that I go through, so I get tired very easily, but I do try to pop on here as much as I can because I know you guys look forward to it. So that's my story for today, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you.